Hey guys, today I am going to show you how I took a few Dollar Tree items and I turned them into a nice fall wreath. Today I started with just a little beach hat that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I started by taking off the purple ribbon. Next, I started with some ribbon that I had from a previous project, and then I found some of these glitter pumpkins, and I also found some glitter leaves that I'm going to use. I used a couple different types of ribbon. I saw a white with polka dot, gold, and then I also saw a sheer black. And I just go ahead and I start undoing all those plastic wraps off of all of them, and I start using those. I also found these little metal signs that I'm also going to put on them. I also purchased some of these little rubber fingers for the hot glue that I'm going to be using, because I have been known to burn myself quite a bit. So here I am just adding all of the ribbon that I'm going to start with for the base of my project. And then, as you can see, I put a few layers of the black ribbon on the hat, and just because I wanted to give it a little black kind of border underneath of the gold ribbon that I'm using here. And I just do one layer of the gold ribbon and I put it all the way around, and I'm just making sure that everything sticks with just little hot glue dots every other few inches, just so that way it doesn't fall off. And then, as you can see here, I'm taking some of that white and black polka dot ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off a few strips. I did about 4 of each. And then I'm also going to continue with that with 4 of the gold strips of ribbon. And then I'm going to cut off 5 of the black sheer because I am going to end up stacking them all on top of each other in a different order, and then using that last little black piece of lace to kind of tie them all together, as you will see in the end. And then here I'm just kind of tying it all together, and then I start fanning it out just so that you can see a little bit of all of the different ribbon colors. I was thinking maybe that I would keep it on the hat, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I did set it to the side. But as you can see in the first picture, I did end up using it, and I absolutely loved the outcome. And then here I am just going to start taking these gold leaves, and they do have clips on the back of them, but because I wanted them to be a little bit more secure, I did go ahead and I did put some hot glue dots on the back just so that they'd stay in place, especially when it's windy or rainy, or if anything were to knock it over. I did play around with the placing of these leaves before I just hot glued them down. As you'll see in the video, I tried to speed it up as much as I could because it did take me a while. I didn't absolutely fall in love with the placement of the leaves the first 2 or 3 times, so I did end up placing them a different way, as you will see towards the end of the video. And then here I'm just taking those little pumpkins out of the packages. I thought I was only going to start off with 4, but then I decided to add a little bit more. And here I'm just trying to figure out, I had a couple signs. I had a welcome, I had a harvest, and I had a thankful. I did choose to go with the welcome sign at the end just because the harvest and the thankful I think was a little bit redundant, as it is a fall wreath for your front door. So I just thought it would have been a little redundant at that point. So I did choose to go with the welcome sign. And also, just as a little bit of a side note, I took culinary class for a very long time when I was in high school. And one thing that really stuck with me that my chef told me is that we as people think things are more appealing when there's odd numbers of things. So what I did was I did end up putting a few leaves on there, but I also tried to group the pumpkins in odd numbers for a few of the little bundles that I did, just because once I did do that, I did notice that my wreath was a little bit more appealing in that sense. So you can do it however you'd like, but I just thought I'd give you that little tidbit because that's always stuck with me whenever I do decorate things. And I feel like it does look nicer because I have taken pictures of my projects whenever I group things in even numbers versus whenever I group things together in odd numbers. And to me, it just does look more visually appealing. So here I did go ahead and I took my welcome sign and I spray painted it black. And I didn't get a recording of myself doing it because I assume everybody knows how to spray paint something. If you don't, I did show you guys how to spray paint something in my succulent video. And here is the finished project. I absolutely love it. There was already holes on the hat itself, so I just used one of those to hang it up. I really hope you guys enjoyed my video.